Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that just closed. Of course, we did have the all shares sinking yesterday by more than 2%. And of course, the main source of those losses was the Resources 10 complex that plunged almost 8%. That's due to the precious metals miners. So we've really just still seen that pressure on the commodities today, and really the JSE not doing much on the day, trading relatively flat. So the all share down at 0.06%. Of course, the Resources 10 complex extending the losses that we had seen yesterday, pressure on that of almost 2.5%. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, we do have the Financial 15 leading in the gains that we are seeing. That's climbed almost 1.5%. Industrial 25 ticking up by almost 0.6%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the US markets, and we did have Netflix's earnings coming out yesterday after market close, a pressure that we saw under the stock of about 9% today as investors react to a disappointing profit mix. We do have Tesla reporting on its results after the bell today. Those markets not in a happy mood. The tech-heavy Nasdaq declining by more than 1%. We do have the S&P 500 edging lower by more than 0.4%, and the Dow declining by almost 1/3%. Let's check in on the markets across the Atlantic, and we do have a flurry of earnings coming in over there. And we did have companies L'Oreal and Hermes missing on analyst estimates when it comes to their growth numbers. Those share prices also falling on the day. Quite a mixed picture, but looking at the CAC 40, that's carried most of those losses, declining almost 2/3%. The DAX softening by almost 0.6%, but backing that trend is the FTSE 100 that has climbed more than 1%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies, and not much movement on the rand, remaining relatively stable against the US dollar, but of course more weakness than we have seen in the last few weeks and months. Standing at 17 rand 40 against the greenback. The local unit at 23 rand 27 against the pound, and against the euro at 20 rand 21. Let's check in on the other currency pairs and start off with the euro dollar that's standing at 1.16, pound dollar at 1.33, and the yen just below 152 against the US dollar.